There is a crisis at Arsenal. Over to you, Eddie. Dun 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 dun. What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with a brief update and breaking news coming out of Arsenal. Arsenal in crisis, people. This man behind me on the green screen, Gabriel Jesus, has been ruled out injured until the start of January. He picked up the injury last night playing for Brazil against Cameroon. Initial reports were that it might have just been a knock, a minor pain in his knee, until Fabrizio Romano tweeted today. He said Gabriel Jesus will miss the rest of the World Cup. Sources close to the player and Brazil confirm he has pain in his knee and won't be able to be back during the competition. Jesus is expected to return in January for Arsenal. Apparently, he's going to stay over there in Qatar with the Brazil national team for the rest of the tournament to receive treatment on his knee. Now, this is terrible news for Arsenal. Thomas Partey obviously was eliminated yesterday. He'll be on his way back. But we've said many times that there are a few players in this team that if they get injured, it's a crisis. And this guy is right at the top of the list. I joked at the start of the stream, it's over to Eddie Nketiah. Can Eddie Nketiah carry this team on his back for a few weeks? Now, reports state he'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks. Now, just looking ahead to the fixtures, the belief is that he will be back before the Tottenham game, which could mean he misses West Ham at home, Brighton away and Newcastle at home, as well as Oxford United away in the Carabao Cup. But West Ham, Brighton and Newcastle, they're going to be tricky games. West Ham are a decent team, very physical. Brighton have been in very good form this season. And Newcastle are high flying. They're fighting for top 4 at the moment. So is Eddie Nketiah enough for those games? You know my opinion. I don't think he is good enough, but maybe he can do it for a short-term basis. What would you do for this period of time as well? Would you potentially go with Martinelli through the middle if we can get Smith Rowe back? For me now, Arsenal need to accelerate their transfer plans. We needed a striker anyway, or a winger, and I think we definitely need one now. We need somebody that can come in there and cover Jesus. We know it's only for a couple of games, but we need somebody to step in and to fill that position while he's out. Let me know in the comments what you think, people. What would you do? Would you move Gabriel Martinelli through the middle and potentially play Smith Rowe on the left, or Nelson? Or would you give Eddie his chance? Do you think, listen, 100 grand a week, he needs to step in and prove himself? Maybe only for 3 Premier League games, West Ham, Brighton and Newcastle. How fearful are you now going into those games that we're going to be able to win those fixtures? Or do you think Arsenal have to accelerate their transfer plans and go and get somebody in straight away? However you look at it, this is a huge blow for Arsenal. And also, when you add to that a number of our players are going to the last stages of the tournament, will all of our players be back for that West Ham game on Boxing Day? You know, the World Cup, I've been enjoying the World Cup, but from an Arsenal point of view, the World Cup has just turned a little bit more sour for Arsenal, and any potential title challenge, you know, certainly puts it in the air a little bit. The one positive, listen, it's only 3 weeks. He may only miss 2 or 3 games. We are 5 points clear of Manchester City, and 2 of those 3 league games are at home. West Ham, Brighton and Newcastle, the 3 games that Jesus is set to miss. Let me know in the comments, people. How do we deal with it? Who do we play up front? How are you feeling about the fact Gabriel Jesus will be out for the first 3 games after the international break, and he will also miss the whole of the World Cup? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back soon, people.